Welcome back, guys. Registered dietitian here, Kara Corey, and I'm about to blow your mind with the best basic recipe of the season. Now, if you're already sick of hearing me talking about basic, I swear to you, this is the one recipe that you are going to need this season. We're gonna make today a mug cake, and it's gonna be a pumpkin mug cake. It's gonna be the perfect collection of all things delicious and fall and sweet but healthy. So this is gonna be a huge game changer for you this season when you're going to Starbucks and the apple farms and you're smelling all the dang fritters and everything else. This is gonna be your go-to. You're not gonna need any of that other junk. So for today, with the pumpkin mug cake, you're gonna need your good old-fashioned pumpkin pie MTS way. Limited time only, folks. So hopefully you guys were able to grab yourself some this season. If not, you can sub in their vanilla protein. But for the recipe, to enhance the pumpkin pie, that's what we're gonna use. So this is very easy. We're gonna mix our dry ingredients separate from our wet ingredients, and then all we're gonna do is nuke it in the microwave, which makes it quick and easy. It's also gonna be single serve portion. So to begin, we're gonna start with our wet ingredients. We are going to use, obviously, some pumpkin. I get the canned pure pumpkin. This is gonna add in a great source of fiber. It's gonna add in some vitamin A, loads of vitamin A, a little bit of vitamin C and things like that, but a great source of nutrition. So we're gonna use 1/3 a cup of the pumpkin, and we're just gonna put that in our little mixing bowl here. Next, we're gonna use some baking vanilla, and I'm just gonna use 1/4 of a teaspoon. Actually measure it out here. Actually, I'm gonna use 1/2 teaspoon. Changed my mind. I like a lot of vanilla. We'll do 1/2 teaspoon. And last wet ingredient we're gonna use for the cake is going to be some milk, and we're just gonna do 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cashew milk. Then once we get the cashew milk in there, I'm just gonna stir that together real quick and set that to the side. Now you're gonna take a separate bowl, and we're gonna do our dry ingredients in here. So for protein, I'm gonna do the whey protein as I mentioned in the pumpkin pie, and I'm gonna use 1/2 scoop of the protein. Already got that measured out, so we're gonna put 1/2 scoop in there. For flour, I personally really enjoy the whole wheat flour more with baked goods, whether it's cookies or cakes, not only because the nutritional content's better because you're getting a good amount of fiber with it, I just find that it tastes better. So I'd highly recommend you go with the whole wheat flour, but we're gonna use 1/4 a cup of whole wheat flour. For seasoning, to make it taste a little extra pumpkin-y and spicy, I'm gonna use some ground Saigon cinnamon. I'm not measuring that, I'm just gonna sprinkle a heck ton in there. For sweetener, I'm using the Splenda brown sugar blend. I really like this, it's super duper sweet. I'm gonna use a full tablespoon of that. Now we're gonna use some baking powder and baking soda to make it rise for the cake. We're gonna use 1/4 a teaspoon of each of these. So that's everything for our dry ingredients. I'm just gonna take a fork, whisk that together. So now that we've got our cake batter all mixed in, you're gonna take a mug, whatever microwavable safe mug you have, just spray it real quick with a little Pam spray just so it's not too sticky. I do like to dump it out of the mug before we eat it. So go ahead and just dump all your cake batter in there. And then we're gonna go ahead and put that in the microwave for about 1 and 20 seconds. Go ahead and check it and see if it's cooked all the way through, and we should be good to go. All right, while our cake is cooking, I'm gonna whip up a quick protein frosting to add to it. This is optional, but it's really good. So we're gonna do a combination of, I just have on hand whipped cream cheese, and then I happen to have some pumpkin chobani because I'm basic, but you could use plain Greek yogurt if you want. And I'm just gonna do a couple tablespoons of each in my bowl. Actually, that's probably 2 tablespoons right there. And then I'm going to add just another little sprinkle here of pumpkin protein. Not gonna measure it, probably about a tablespoon in there. And a little sweetener. One of my favorites this season is the Better Stevia and Maple, but if you don't have this, you can add a little sweetener of your own. I'm gonna just add a couple little drops in there, and then just go ahead and stir that together, and it's gonna create a tasty, healthier version of a cream cheese frosting. All right, guys, our mug cake just came out of the microwave, 1 and 20 seconds. It looks cute, it's small and chubby, just the way I like it. And for fall, we're gonna add it on this dorky little Frankenstein plate. So I'm gonna go ahead and just flip her upside down and beat it out. So what I'm gonna do is, it's optional, but I'm gonna slice her in half so I can frost the inside of the cake, and then I'm gonna frost the top of it too. Ooh, it's hot, so be careful. The baby is hot. Just gonna take a little knifeful of the frosting, frost the inside, put my top back on, and then we're gonna frost the top. Wow, wow, wow. All right, guys, I don't know that the visual is doing the flavor justice, but this is like so moist and delicious and tastes like pumpkin and fall, and the frosting tastes out of this world, but there's no guilt here. This is a healthy alternative. You can make it in less than 5 minutes in between preparation and throwing it in the oven. You can have yourself this great, filling, nutritious treat. So I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this cake. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe this fall. Make sure if you make it and you're on the Instagrams, please tag me, Corey Fit Life. I always hook you up and repost you and give you a little shout out. So I will see you guys in the next basic recipe.